Howdy! My name is Dolly, and if you're like me, you may have grown up with the doll series Lalaloopsy. Lalaloopsy is a line of dolls originally released in 2010, with their original name being Bitty Buttons. The line features a multitude, and I do mean multitude, oh my gosh, of plastic ragdoll characters, all themed after what they were sewn from. So an apron, a clown's costume, or even just something furry, okay? And like a lot of doll lines, they've had many spin-offs. Some of them were well received, some not so much.
Gaga.
So today I'm going to be designing what Lalaloopsy would look like if there was a reboot made today. So let's get straight into it. So our first redesign is going to be Dot Starlight. She was one of the first characters that came out, and she was also apparently one of the hardest to find. But I found her! I thought it might be nice to actually give a visual of what the dolls actually looked like in real life for people who haven't seen them, because just based off of the art you might think that they're like soft Raggedy Ann dolls, which they did later make, but the originals are hard plastic. Like, these things are a weapon. Imagine smacking like a younger sibling with one of these bad boys. I also have Mittens here because she's who I had when I was younger. The clothes are actually made of fabric, which is kind of necessary. I fear if it was all plastic on plastic, nobody would have really liked the dolls quite as much. So for Dot, she is sewn from an astronaut suit, and she is very space and rocket ship themed. In fact, in the Lalaloopsy game, you could make kaleidoscopes with her to give to the other dolls. I love that game so much. Does anybody remember playing that game? Let me know! So, the biggest thing I wanted to focus on was the outfit and the hairstyle for Dot, because one of the things that always irked me, even as a kid, was that some of the dolls got repeated hairstyles, not even later down the line. Right from the beginning, some of the girls had the exact same hair. And bows. I understand it could have been a cost expense, but right now we're in imagination land and we can do whatever we want. So I did keep the original shape of Dot's hair because I did like that silhouette for her, and I gave her braids with beads in the shapes of stars and planets because I don't think any of the apparently over 300 characters, have any braids. So it will definitely help her stand out from all the other characters sharing the exact same hairstyle. As for her outfit, I personally never really got astronaut from it. It just kind of looked like some generic blue material over her dress. I asked some other people and they agreed that they didn't really see it. So I really wanted to expand on the planet and space thing. And also, if you're a big fan of Little Big Planet like me, you will also notice a bunch of references in her design. I wanted to give the shape of her dress something that leaned more into the space vibe, so I shaped it to look like a little UFO. Do you think if she spins fast enough, she starts to float like a helicopter? Another part of her design I really wanted to address was her shoes, because they're just kind of generic, unfortunately. I don't think that there was much thought put into this. They're also pink instead of blue, so they just kind of look extra out of place, I think. She's breathing. So instead, I wanted to do these kind of retro astronaut boots, but like the really big, exaggerated ones you'd see someone like Astro Boy wearing. Oh, I forgot to mention, but one of her braids is shaped to make a star in her hair to help bring her back to her space theme. It's also really hard to see, but in the stitching in her arm, there's a little rocket ship. Okay, so one of the big things about these designs that I've done that I didn't know how people were gonna feel about was that I gave them this, like, illusion of an eyelid. I didn't want to just straight up give them eyes, but more of like a drawn-on lash and eyelids. Cause I know some people found Lalaloopsy creepy because of the button eyes. I personally don't, but I thought maybe in a reboot they tried something different with it. It's not like they haven't done stuff like that before with the Lalaloopsy Girls line, which was like a fashion doll Lalaloopsy. They gave them all these like little pucker lips. that I'm not really a fan of. She looks like she ate a lime. And here is Dot! I love her so much! I'm honestly having a bit of trouble drawing the Lalaloopsies because they are so simple, so I'm really glad she turned out cute. The little big planet references are my favorite part. So this girl here is a little lesser known, but I got a lot of requests for her on my Instagram, so here she is. Sewn from a sailor uniform, she was born on World Ocean Day. So as far as designs go, she is very simple. Cute, but simple. She gets her idea across well out of being a sailor, so for me it was more about adding to her in a way that made her feel more like an accessorized little doll. Do you guys know about the Lalaloopsy cinematic universe? There are actually quite a few movies, and when I was looking back at them, I got a wave of nostalgia. Oh man. I believe The Search for Pillow is one of the most famous ones, which is literally about all the other girls searching for Pillow, while she just takes a nap in the dirt. Is this just a thing she does? I probably would have thought she was dead if I found her in the middle of a field somewhere. There's also one for the Lalaloopsy girls called Welcome to Lala Prep School, which is weirdly filmed like The Office.
Matching pink blankets. Awesome.
Interesting choice, I don't hate it. And there is also a movie for the Lalaloopsies, another spin-off line, called Lalaloopsy: A So Magical Tale. Fun fact about the Lalaloopsies, apparently when they first came out, the Princess Ballerina dolls smelled like onions.
Lalaloopsy dolls
are like onions. They stink? Yes.
Apparently it was caused by a chemical reaction from the doll's limbs, and there are some accounts that say that the smell would rub off onto the person touching the limbs, and it stank so bad that it would linger in a house for days. Ugh. No thank you. If you were a gamer, you also had some options with Lalaloopsy. Of course, there is the DS game that is very cute, I like it a lot. If these people would stop losing their pets. The whole first half of the game is finding every single Lalaloopsy's pet, which is usually like 3 feet from their house. Then you get to do a minigame that is unique to each girl. I liked Pillow and Tiara's minigames the most, I think. There was also a game called Lalaloopsy Land that you can't seem to play anymore, which I might have played. It does look familiar. The graphics are a little spooky, I can't lie. And there was a mobile game which honestly looks a lot like that My Little Pony mobile game. The app icon does look pretty awful, I have to say. So for Marina, I really wanted to incorporate the ocean and the beach more into her design. So her hair has this kind of wave design in her fringe, and I also gave her some shell and sea star bracelets. For some reason, she also gets the generic shoe treatment that Dot got, which I don't really understand other than saving money, which is probably what it is actually. So I gave her some little flip-flops. Whoa, voice crack. Flip-flops. Is that regulation for a sailor? Probably not, but I don't know. If any of her original outfit was anyway. Since she is a sailor, I did want to give her a lot of tattoos. I know that sounds a little weird for a Lalaloopsy doll, but think of it like those Barbies you would dip in the water and they'd get those patterns. I know I've mentioned that Barbie multiple times on this channel. What can I say? I love her. She's also got a little ring buoy, or life ring if you prefer to call it that, on her leg, as well as a little water wing.
You got water wings? Try them!
According to the Lalaloopsy wiki, Marina actually can't swim. She really does need the floaters. Even though they are only on her legs, I guess if she was drowning, only her feet would stick up. One of the most difficult things with these designs is the fact that I just can't do a whole lot of rendering, especially on the face, because there's like no nose, no iris, no lips. Give me a cheese with nothing. So I'm sorry if these look a little strange. I was having a heck of a time here. And here is Marina Anchors. She's a cutie pie, so I'm glad she turned out okay. I hope everyone who asked for her on Instagram is happy too. So, combining the votes on YouTube and Instagram, Pillow was the second most requested from what I saw, which I understand. She was the only girl out of the originals not wearing a big skirt, so she kind of stood out more. She does suffer from basic Bob syndrome, but I think it's fine on her. Personally, I think Crumbs fits it more. So I did a little something different with my Dot by giving her hair rollers, simply for the fact that you wear them to bed, and it gave her something different. I have absolutely no problem with Pillow's original design, so that did make it a little harder to figure out what to do. So I looked at a bunch of pictures of pajamas for reference, and I found a couple of cute ones to base my design around. Pillow's Pillow Pet, is a sheep, which makes sense. And I wanted to add more sheep theming to her, so she's got little sheep on her bow, along with some numbers to make it look like she's counting the sheep. And the little slipper part of her pajamas are little sheep faces. I also gave her a sleeping mask just so she didn't have only a bow on her head. I also added that cute little pattern used in some fabrics, the one with the little gems on each crossing of the stitch. I'm sure it has a name, but I call it the Barry Styles jacket pattern.
Oh my god, bro.
Days without me mentioning Barry Styles 0.
Oh, hi Barry.
Go away.
Not now,
Kitten whiskers.
I even put him on my computer's textures. It's a disease. And I'm very ill. As far as sleeping and nighttime goes, the other big associations I could think of was stars and the moon and clouds. So I sprinkled those in where I could. I'm gonna be so honest with you guys, I was most unsure about this design. I don't know, maybe it's just me and I'm crazy, but I definitely like Dot more than Pillow right now. It's also very subtle, but I also gave Pillow star freckles. In my mind, they would glow in the dark, so they're kind of hard to see right now in the drawing. I completely forgot to mention it, but there was also a Lalaloopsy show, and it is so cute. The stylization is on point, and I love the Lalaloopsy girls sounding like actual kids. That's so cute.
I think we have to give up on our snow day. We might as well head home.
I believe in later episodes that changes, which I get, but there is some charm that gets lost in the process. I honestly don't have too much to say for her, so here she is. Do you guys like her? Personally, I'm mixed on the design. I do like the sleeping mask though. I like that a lot. So those are my 3 Lalaloopsy designs. Let me know which was your favorite. Mine is definitely Dot all the way. She's such a cutie pie. I'm working on my next video right now. It's a bigger one that I wanted to do for a while, and I've even got a special guest for it. So please watch it when it comes out. And of course, thank you for watching this video. If you're into Digital Circus, please consider watching the part 2 of my Digital Circus doll designs, because I think YouTube didn't recommend it to people, and it flopped. And I really liked one of the designs in that video, so it would mean the world. But again, thank you for watching this video at all. You are amazing. So as always, thank you so much for watching, and goodbye!